After what seems like an eternity, I have finally made it out of the desert and have hitched a ride on the back of a pickup truck. The woman driving found me lying parched and unconscious on the side of the road. I must have been passed out for hours, because when I awoke we had left the desert. My Savior has not spoken to me since she picked me up. She will not tell me her name. When I ask her where we are going, she only responds, "West." I thank her for her kindness, give her some space and quiet, and spend the rest of the day gazing at the views in front of me. The desert disappears into mountains, which disappears into the coast. The sight is almost too much to take in. I have not seen a body of water since a year before the dead took over. As I recall, it was a trip to the beach on the New England coast. Simpler, happier times. I take a whiff and smell the salty air, and immediately I have returned. My journey doesn't last long, however, because the truck suddenly stops and the woman motions for me to get out. This is as far as she will take me, I guess. I thank her again for saving me. She nods and points silently to the water. Follow the coast, I guess she's telling me. I thank her again, and without a hint of emotion on her face, she takes off. And again, I am alone. I run towards the coast, my energy renewed, and for the first time in a long time, a childlike enthusiasm has filled me. Nothing else matters. I just wish to swim in the ocean again, to feel my bare feet on the sand. Maybe this is the reason I left Tim, left our desert oasis, because this is where I'm meant to be. I run as fast as I can, never taking my eyes off the ocean. It is so blue, so beautiful. I feared I'd never see it again, that I'd die before I could feel the cool water on my skin. But now, after so many years, I feel it again. I don't even bother to take my clothes off. I run straight into the ocean, stumbling along the sandy shore and slipping amongst the rocks. But it doesn't matter. I laugh with glee as the refreshing, crisp water bathes my skin and hair. I am as giddy as a child, and I don't care. I feel free, rejuvenated. It feels so good. I lie on my back, staring at the white clouds and clear blue sky. I shut my eyes and listen to the waves crashing around me and the sounds of a few seagulls overhead. When I've rested long enough, I tread water again and gaze out at the horizon. The water seems to go on forever. It's as if this ocean is all mine and mine alone. If this oceanic indulgence isn't enough, the gods have given me an even better gift. For as I look back at the shore, I spot a small beach house not 100 yards from here. Has someone made a claim on it, or has it been abandoned? I hope for the latter. While companionship was a welcome gift, right now, after this long journey, I just want to sleep. Suddenly feeling very tired, I swim back to shore and slowly make my way to the house. It's in good shape given the situation. The wind blows open the front door. I tiptoe inside. "Anyone here?" I yell cautiously. "I mean you no harm." I search the house, and fortunately, no one is there, nor have they been for some time. I balk at this situation. How can I have been so lucky? An oceanfront house just for me? I find the master bedroom and collapse on the bed. I cocoon myself in the dusty, though still soft blanket, and hope with all hope that this is not a dream. Please, let this be real. I take a deep breath, and by the next one, I am already drifting off in a deep sleep. May 20th. The screeching caws of the seagulls outside wake me from my slumber and cause my heart to race. This is not their usual morning wake-up call. It's a warning. I gaze outside the window and my worst fears are confirmed. The dead, they're still on this earth and they're walking right towards me. They found me and I must act quickly. Do I barricade myself inside this house? No, then they would surround me and I'd be trapped. Do I flee to the streets? No, that won't work either. I already see another horde coming, climbing over the bridge from the street towards the house. There's only one choice. I must enter the ocean and pray that the dead cannot swim. I exit the house and run as fast as I can, barefoot towards the ocean. The water feels chillier than it did yesterday and significantly more harsh. The dead are only a few yards behind me. I force myself not to look back. Just keep running, even as I hear splashes behind me. Are they swimming, I wonder? Don't look back, I tell myself. Just swim. The waves crash around me as I swim towards the horizon. The water seems to go on forever. How lovely it seemed just a few days ago, and how treacherous it seems now. The splashing behind me continues. I cannot help but look behind. I see the dead walking into the water in droves. They do not swim. They just continue walking, spreading out. They've created a wall of bodies on the shore. They are trapping me, forcing me to continue swimming or return to be devoured by them. They can only go so far, I realize, but it's far enough to force me to go deeper and deeper into the ocean. I have to keep swimming. I swim until my arms ache. The sounds of the dead grow fainter and fainter, but still I swim until finally I turn around and they've become a faint blur. In that moment, I'm taken off guard. A tremendous wave crashes over my head. I choke on the water, treading as best I can, but the waves overtake me and I'm pulled underwater in a riptide, twisting, turning, being sucked out farther into sea. I manage to resurface, but I am disoriented and exhausted. I don't know how much longer I can take this. But I continue threading water, looking every which way, but nothing, just the ocean. I am stuck out in this deep blue sea, and I am scared. I turn towards the horizon and see something I never thought I'd see again. It's a ship, a small ship sailing in the distance. I gather my strength, wave my arms, and scream at the top of my lungs for help. The ship continues to drift. It's too far away. I swim as fast as I can towards it, screaming as loud as I can. Please, don't leave me. Save me. It's too far. They must not see me. I continue screaming, trying to keep my head above water. But my legs, my arms, they're so tired. And before I know it, I'm sucked underwater again. I try to swim up, but I can't. Is this how it ends? I'm just so tired. May 20th. I am saved. We sail towards the promise of an island paradise. My rescuers, Tamara and Cameron, are cavalier and laid back, clean and well fed. All signs that they have found shelter and security in these trying times. They tell me that they were found passed out on the side of the road a year ago by a good Samaritan named Charlie. Charlie has traveled the world, finding survivors and bringing them back to a sanctuary created on a small island. There, they are free from the hordes that plague the mainland. On the island, there is enough food, water, and supplies to create a new civilization. They are a small group, Tamara tells me, but a mighty one. Everyone plays a role in this community. Some cook, others build. Tamara and Cameron are seekers. They sail around the world, finding survivors and bringing them to their new home. This could be my new home, they tell me, if I want it. It's my choice. They will take me there so I can decide. If I wish to stay, they will provide me a small hut on the island where I can live. If I wish to leave, I only have to ask, and I'll be transported back to the mainland on the next boat. My mind races with possibilities. Could this be why I left the desert? To find my new home? Will I be content there? I suddenly think of Tim, all alone in the desert. I ask them if after they drop me off, if they could go back and look for him. Tamara informs me that seekers stick to the ocean, never leaving the ship for fear of someone trying to steal it. However, when they reconvene with Charlie, they can dispatch a land explorer who will search for Tim and then rendezvous with them. The operation sounds so elaborate, I think to myself, so organized. For so long I've been suffering on my own, only letting people into my life for short periods before fleeing for another period of solitude. Could I finally let my guard down and trust these people? Or will they be like those at the colony, who will eventually leave or fight or steal? I try and push these anxious thoughts out of my head. I allow the gentle waves and the clear blue sky overhead to help me drift off to sleep. May 30th. We arrive at the island oasis. It is more luscious and magnificent than I could have ever imagined. The land is pristine and barely touched. The islanders have taken only what they needed. Cascading trees and miles of sand line the coast. Standing on the shore is Charlie, who greets me warmly. She shakes my hand and invites me into a nearby hut for some much-needed sustenance. For the first time in as long as I can remember, I can eat fresh fruit again and drink something other than lukewarm water. It seems too good to be true. There are not many islanders. Charlie tells me of her plans to build more huts inland and more communal spaces along the coast. She wants islanders to have their privacy, yet also contribute to the success of the colony and find ways to socialize. The dead separated us forcefully from everything we hold dear, she says. But now is the time to rebuild, to build new families, to live in harmony. I shake my head skeptically. How will she achieve this? Time has taught me that man is selfish and will take more than he gives. Charlie smiles knowingly. You have forgotten the truth, she tells me, the truth of man's kindness and generosity towards others. This apocalypse has clouded my mind and only shown me heartbreak and suffering. But do not let cynicism and fear keep me from happiness, she instructs. Open your heart to the possibility of a peaceful life, free from violence, illness. Here you can start again. Here you'll be safe. She sighs and looks out at the shore. I am not naive, she tells me. There will be fighting, there will be disagreements, but the number one rule of this village is that in order to take what we offer, you must give in return. You must contribute. How you contribute depends on your desires and your skills. Some wish to never leave and simply contribute by cooking, growing, building. Others wish to explore and save others. If you choose to stay, your occupation will be yours to choose. But for now, simply rest and enjoy our little slice of paradise. You must be tired. And with that, Charlie leaves me. Tamara and Cameron give me a hug, wish me best of luck, and say their goodbyes. They will be returning to the sea soon, but assure me that if I wish to leave, another group of seekers will take me back. I remind them of Tim, and they assure me that they will send out an explorer to find him. I walk out onto the shore and stare out at the beautiful, crystal clear ocean. A young child splashes in the water. He is so carefree, so innocent, like he's never known a world where the dead walked the earth, where we had to hunt and scavenge and fight, where we didn't know if tomorrow we would live or die. It's like he's living in the world before the madness. Could this be real? Maybe I'm dreaming. Maybe in a moment I'll wake up and find myself lying on the side of the desert road, delirious from dehydration. Or maybe, just maybe, this is real. This could be home. I close my eyes and breathe in this salty air. I cannot live in the past anymore. I cannot keep worrying about the future or what worse outcomes fate has in store for me. I've been through it, and I'm still standing. I'm still here. I've survived and come to this beautiful place. And in this moment, I am safe. And for the first time in a very long time, I feel like I can finally breathe.